What's up, guys? Welcome to part two of So You Want to Be a Truck Driver. As a real quick recap, first thing you do is you want to decide what type of truck you want to drive. For the purposes of this video, it's going to be tractor trailer because that's what I do and that's what I want to be able to help you guys get into. And so you decided you want to drive tractor trailer. Now you decide, do you want to be local, regional, over the road? That's going to determine your path you take for training. This is basically going to be a company versus CDL school. As far as the company side goes, the only thing I can tell you is, because I didn't do it that way, the only thing I can tell you is I know a lot of them make you sign a contract. And if it's a year, 18 months, whatever, they'll pay for the training, but you're locked into work for them. If you leave, you're on the hook. It's prorated. So if it's a year contract, you leave after 2 months, you have to repay them for 10 months worth of training. So my thought of that is, why would I don't want to lock myself into something, because if I hate it and I don't want to repay the money, now I'm forcing myself to stay there. So to me, I just wanted to be able to go have my license when I went there. If you don't like it after 3 months, 4 months, you leave and you're done with it. So I chose to go to a CDL school. As far as the companies that train, Swift, Stevens, Schneider, all that stuff, call them, get the specifics on how they do it, because every one of them is a little bit different, but 99.999% of the time, you're going to deal with that contract. So watch out for that. But we're going to focus on the CDL school side of it, or the mills as they call it. The information I want to give you guys is to help you make a good decision, because I can tell you, like I said before, I don't want you guys to have the problems and the struggles and make the mistakes that I made when I was trying to get into the business, because there's a lot of mistakes out here to be made. I got a nice note sheet here. I got a lot of stuff written down. I want to make sure I tell you guys to try to help you avoid the mistakes that I made. So like I said, you decided you want to be a Class A truck driver. You've decided you want to go to truck driving school, not the company way, but to a school. So, as far as the cost, I've seen them from anywhere from $4,000 to $7,500. Now, I know in Pennsylvania, if you're ex-military, a lot of times you get it paid for. Or also, I'm sure other states have a similar thing. Pennsylvania calls it vocational rehabilitation, meaning if you got laid off or your company closed, or you got fired, whatever. If you're trying to get a career change, a lot of times that vocational rehabilitation will pay for the truck driving school. So, like I said, you can look into that. A lot of times the schools themselves will finance, or you just do it the old-fashioned way like I did. Well, you can save up the money, or you just do what I did. You go to the bank, you make a loan, you pay for it, and it's done. But again, I've seen it anywhere from $4,000 to $7,500. It could vary depending on your area. So, but what you want to start looking at when you're starting to look at schools, there's a couple different things I want to point out to you. One thing I highly recommend is, before you go to any school, you already know you want to drive tractor trailer. Go get your permit and get every single endorsement. Get that stuff before you go to school, because when you go there, they're going to take you through the process of getting your permit. Like that first week, that's what you do. You'll go and you'll get your they'll take you through the manual. They'll have you learn the stuff, go down and take the test. But it's to your advantage if you go prior and walk into that training with the permit in your hand, because now if you do it that way, you can actually take your time, read the book, really learn what's in the book, go down and take the tests at your own pace. Now, I don't know if every state's the same, but in Pennsylvania, you don't have to take them all at once. Like, you could take general knowledge and air brake and then come back and take doubles and triples, and, you can break it up. So, to me, it's more worthwhile to do it that way, and it's to your advantage, because there's a lot of good information in that book. Despite what other people, it's a waste of time, it's stupid, blah, blah. I carry a CDL manual with me in the truck. So, that it's, like I said, it's to your advantage to do it. And I definitely recommend getting every single endorsement. And I know hazmat's a pain in the ass, especially when you got to renew it. But if you have them all, you get hazmat, tank, or doubles, triples, get them all, because it makes you more marketable whenever you go out to get a job. So there's a lot of times you might like a job and it'll say, oh, requires hazmat. You don't have it. Or it'll say, you got to get it within 60 days. Well, that's kind of a pain if you're out there on the road, you're trying to study for the test, and then you got to worry about getting back home to be able to actually go and take it. So if you have it all up front, all you got to do is come out of school and worry about going to work. So highly recommend getting the permit and all the endorsements before you even go to school. So now when you start looking at schools, you want to look at the length of the program. Typically the longer the program, the better it's going to be. And you want to start finding out about curriculum. And what I mean by that is, you want to find out how much driving time are you actually going to get. How much yard time are you actually going to get, meaning learning maneuvers, turning, backing, all that stuff. You want to find all this out ahead of time, because I can tell you in Pennsylvania, they're required 160 hours of training. My final total of actual on-road time was 7 hours. And my total yard time, like maneuvers, backing and stuff, 7 hours. I had 14 hours of total truck time. They consider the rest of that time, if somebody else is driving and you're sitting in the bunk, they consider that part of your 160 hours. And to me, that's bullshit. When I was done, I didn't feel anywhere near ready to get in that truck alone and take a load somewhere. So, you want to find out how much wheel time are you actually going to get. Find out the student to teacher ratio. How many students per instructor? Is it 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1? In my case, it was 4 to 1. and that's a lot of the reason why I didn't get the time I needed, because we were, and it was such a short program. So if it's 4 to 1, but it's a 12-week program, okay. These are all things you got to consider. You want to ask, what kind of maneuvers are you going to learn? Are they going to teach you alley dock, parallel park, serpentine back, straight line? Find out what you're going to do. Which leads me to my next point. You want to find out, are they a third-party tester, or are they going to send you to the state? Because more likely, if you're going to the state to take your test, you're going to get prepared a lot better than if they're going to give you the test. Because if it's going directly through the school, everything is pre-planned already. They know the course, they know what maneuvers are going to make you do, and they're only going to teach you what they're going to make you do. So, again, the quality of the education goes down. Whereas if you're going to the state, you don't know what the state's going to make you do as far as maneuvers. They may make you parallel park, they may make you blindside. You never know. So they're going to teach you a lot more because they don't know what the state's going to do. So, and then you find out obviously what type of equipment you're going to be learning on. You don't want to learn on some piece of shit from 1982 that isn't relevant in 2015. You don't want to learn on a pup trailer and have to take a road test in a 53-foot trailer. So, that's all stuff you got to keep in mind. You want to go to a school that's going to teach you on a modern conventional tractor with at least a 48-foot trailer, if not a 53. Ask if there's extra practice time, or for some kind of tutoring before or after school if you need help with something. I struggled with backing because I'd never been in a truck before I started, and they wouldn't do it. They said, nope, no, you got to basically learn while you're here. We don't offer anything. So try to find out about that. And you also want to ask about job placement. Most of these schools have people from companies that'll come in, reps from Schneider, Swift, Stevens, Covenant, whatever, trying to recruit you. But a lot of times you want to ask if there's lifetime placement, where 5 years down the line, you say, okay, I've done my over-the-road time, I want to be local. You're kind of having trouble finding something. Can you go back to the school and have them help you with that? So find out about that. And also you want to find out, do they offer any type of refresher course? Whereas, let's say you drive for 3 years, something happens, you're off the road for a year. Now nobody wants to hire you because you don't have any current experience. Can you go back to your school and get a free refresher? A lot of schools will offer that. Find out about that. And I guess I pretty much hit on everything. But again, it's just a real quick recap, and I know this video is getting long. I'm trying to get through it. The biggest thing is focus on the curriculum. Ask how much wheel time you're going to get. Ask about the student-teacher ratio. What maneuvers and techniques are you going to learn? How they do their testing. Practice time, job placement. Because a lot of times these schools will brush things off, man. When I was in school, we didn't learn how to slide tandems. They didn't show us how to do it. They didn't teach us how to do it. We never learned drop and hook. They never let us connect to a truck, ever. So how are you supposed to do this job if you can't do the basic things? If you can't get off the goddamn yard, you can't even drive the truck. Their excuse to that was, your trainer's going to show you that. Your trainer's going to show you that. And that's just not acceptable. I just can't stress enough. Please, 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 do not let these people get away with this stuff. You're paying for it. You call the shots. You get out of it what you want. Ask for something. If it's not right, keep harping on it. That's why it's very, very important to pick the right school to go to. I made a mistake. I chose a bad one. When they kept telling me your trainer's going to show you that. What if you don't go out with a trainer? What if by chance you get that local job right out of the gate? You may not have a trainer. What the hell are you going to do if you don't even know how to pin to a trailer? You're screwed. So please, 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 please look into this stuff. Don't make the same mistakes I did. And, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. Actually, I set up an email account. I just did this earlier today. It's helpwithtrucking@hotmail.com. Please email me. I will gladly talk to you. I will answer questions for you. I want to help you guys because I don't want you guys to get screwed like I did. You know what I mean? I want you guys to go down the right path, and I want you to be successful. I don't want you to get just blindsided like I did. You know what I mean? I don't want you to fight, struggle. If this is something you want to do, I want you to be able to do it, get into it with relative ease, and enjoy it, because it's a good job. You can make good money. Like I said, I don't know how else to put it. But again, please, if you have any questions, it's helpwithtrucking@hotmail.com. I'll put a link in the description box. You can email me. I'll gladly talk to anybody, answer any questions, whatever. So, okay, I'm sorry this video is so long. There's a lot of information I needed to get out to you. Like I said, I just want to help you guys try to avoid the mistakes that I made. So, again, I hope you found part 1 and 2 informational. I'm sorry this was so long. And I guess that's it for now. I'll be back with you soon. So until then, be smart, be safe, and I'll see you down the road. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you. Remember, email me with questions. I'm here to help you. Okay, I'll talk to you later.